Burkina Faso's 36-year-old president, Ibrahim Toure, the youngest head of state in the world, has swiftly emerged as one of France's most formidable challenges in Africa. Since ascending to power, Traoré has taken a bold and unapologetic stance against French influence, decisively removing French presence from Burkina Faso. This audacious move left French President Emmanuel Macron asserting that nations like Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger, those rejecting France, would struggle to survive without French support. What Macron failed to comprehend is that Ibrahim Traoré embodies the resilient and independent spirit of Thomas Sankara. Traoré clearly understands a fundamental truth. He who feeds you controls you. Traoré, despite grappling with pressing security challenges in Burkina Faso, has displayed extraordinary vision and strategic genius in fostering agricultural independence. Recognizing the critical role of food security in national sovereignty, he prioritized agriculture as the cornerstone of Burkina Faso's development. In a groundbreaking initiative just months ago, President Traoré distributed vital resources to empower the agricultural sector, including 400 tractors to mechanize farming operations. The impact of Traoré's policies has been nothing short of revolutionary. In a matter of months, Burkina Faso has produced over 6 million tons of cereals, a milestone that has sent shockwaves across Africa. While corrupt leaders elsewhere perpetuate dependency and stagnation, Traoré has demonstrated that self-reliance and visionary leadership can yield tangible, transformative results. To better understand this, please allow me to play this video from Burkina Faso Minister of Agriculture for a deeper understanding.
We have an increase of nearly 900,000 tons of cereals in terms of the cereal balance. The 2023 campaign had a result of 5,147,000 tons of cereals produced in our territory. This year, during the current wet agricultural campaign, we have a production of around 6,077,000 tons of cereals. This is really important and represents an increase of nearly 18.07% compared to the campaign between them and 21.4% compared to the average of the campaigns of the last 5 years. In relation to crops that are quite important for our country, in particular rice and corn, which are high consumption products, it should be noted that we have had a substantial increase in results at this level compared to previous years. For rice, we have an increase of nearly 33% compared to the quantity of rice produced in 2023, which was around 500,000 tons. This year, we have a production of 675,000 tons of rice in our territory. This quantity remains insufficient in terms of national consumption, which is around 1 million tons. The challenges presented at this level have been taken into account by the government, which has also given instructions. As for corn, we went from more than 1,900,000 tons in 2023 to 2,317,000 tons in 2024, which represents an increase of more than 300,000 tons. Around 400,000 tons. In terms of corn, and this production fully covers the needs of Burkina Faso in terms of consumption, both for human consumption and for animal consumption. We therefore expect that there will be a substantial decrease in the price of corn on the ground. As for other crops, in particular sweet potato, liam and sweet potato, we also have a fairly substantial increase of 16.46% compared to the production of 2023 and around 34.49% compared to the average production of the last 5 years. For other crops, we have an annual production this year of around 1,981,787 tons, which represents an increase of 11.17% compared to the production of 2023 and 21.14% compared to the average production of the last 5 years. The global corn balance presented is positive for most of our regions. We have 4 regions that are in deficit, 1 region that is in balance, and 8 regions that are in surplus. For the 4 regions in deficit, we have the Northern region, the Sahel region, the Central region, and the Central region, We have 8 regions in surplus, at which level production has been quite sufficient. The security forces have also taken measures to allow the population to harvest, and I think that the harvests made at this level will help to balance the entire national territory. In the face of this production, which is quite important, and to guarantee a price level that is accessible to all consumers, there are a number of measures that have been taken by the government. In particular, to facilitate the harvests, there have been supports in harvesting materials. There have been supports in storage infrastructures. There have been supports in units of transformation. The most recent support has been the replacement last week of optical trimmers for the benefit of rice transformers, to ensure that not only production is important, but that it is also of quality for the benefit of our consumers. There are also conservative measures that have been taken to avoid the release of cereals. I want to show the interministerial communiqué TC that has been signed to prohibit the release of cereals. The government has ensured that strong measures are taken in collaboration with the Ministry of Security so that the provisions of this communiqué can be respected and avoid speculation that is already being observed on the ground through certain actors that constitute stocks. For the moment, to make them come out and increase prices to proceed with their sales. The prospects for 2025 are, of course, already during this year, the drought campaign that is underway, with a particular emphasis on the production of wheat. We are today at a level of 1,022 hectares of wheat already sown on the entire national territory, and the sowing continues on certain parts